Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. I'm Reverend Kristen Powell.
And I'm Brinley Rada. Welcome to our service.
And happy Earth Week. This year we're celebrating at Unity all week long, starting today.
Our stream team with us today include Gus on switch and sound, Shari's on the camera, and stage manager is Susan. Behind the scenes preparing throughout the week, as always, include our technical director, John, our music directors, Tyler and Lisa, our production manager, Annie, and our video editors, Peter, Jack, and Shari.
So I want to take a moment to acknowledge the land that Unity of Walnut Creek rests upon. These are sacred grounds. This is Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and Yukut's land. We honor its ancestry and its sacredness. And we are grateful for those who came before us. And I want to solemnly acknowledge, too, that these lands, these native lands, are also stolen lands. So we commit to taking very good care of this sacred space.
Our music directors, Lisa and Tyler, have written an original song to celebrate the earth. So let's go to their home now for a sing-along.
Good morning. We're going to honor our connection to the earth. Please join us in singing Mother Spirit.
I am one with the whales and the dolphins in the sea. I am one with the clouds in the sky. I am one with the eagle in the highest tree. In the arms of the mother I abide. I am one with the whales and the dolphins in the sea. I am one with the clouds in the sky. I am one with the eagle in the highest tree. In the arms of the mother I abide. I am one with the whales and the dolphins in the sea. I am one with the clouds in the sky. I am one with the eagle in the highest tree. In the arms of the mother I abide. Here's a different part. Mother Spirit, Mother Earth, life that fills us, love that gives us birth. Do that again. Mother Spirit, Mother Earth, life that fills us, love that gives us birth. Now we're going to put those two parts together. 1, 2, 3. Mother Spirit, Mother Earth, life that fills us, love that gives us birth. Mother Spirit, Mother Earth, life that fills us, love that gives us birth. I am one with the whales and the dolphins in the sea. I am one with the clouds in the sky. I am one with the eagle in the highest tree. In the arms of the mother I abide. In the arms of the mother I abide. In the arms of the mother I abide.
Thank you, Lisa and Tyler. We are one. Let's join together and take a moment to ground in unity. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And our vision for the world is we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness. Our mission is who we've come here to be. So let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
If you are with us for the first time, welcome. Connection cards are available on our Watch Live page, and we invite you to fill one of those out. You may submit a prayer request on these, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week. You may also request information or make comments on these cards.
Our classes and events are currently held online and by phone via Zoom. Here are a few important announcements and opportunities.
Would you like to experience more abundance in your life?
Yes.
Most of us say yes to that. Would you like a blueprint for how to manifest true prosperity in all areas of your life? Then you're going to want to join us for Metamorphosis, Absolute Abundance. It's a brand new class for us starting tomorrow, Monday, April 19th at 6:30. The 10-week class is facilitated by Reverend Deanne Weir-Morency from Unity of San Francisco.
Deanne has created a special invitation to the class, so let's watch.
Hello to everyone at Unity of Walnut Creek. I'm Reverend Deanne Weir-Morency. I'm Associate Minister at Unity San Francisco, and I am so excited to be teaching Absolute Abundance Metamorphosis starting in April. This powerfully transformative program combines Unity principles with cutting-edge science, sociology, and psychology to identify and transform the beliefs we hold about what it means to live a prosperous life. This program was created at Unity San Francisco, and it has transformed our community in such a beautiful way. So this program is for your own personal breakthrough in understanding abundance and prosperity in all areas of your life. And it is also for the collective. The whole community can come together and support each other as Unity of Walnut Creek as a whole up-levels what is possible. Thank you. I look forward to meeting everyone. I will see you in April. Peace and blessings.
Deanne is a popular teacher, and this fun and interactive class has been well received. It is also offered with a money-back guarantee. Pre-registration is required on our website.
And let's celebrate Earth Day on Earth Day proper. That's this Thursday, April 22nd at 9 a.m. We're going to meet in Larkey Park. Our Earth Care team, myself, Rich Oberleitner, and Diane invite you to join us for some drumming and chanting and Earth Day blessings. And also just want to confirm that the correct time is 9 a.m. So we'll meet, you'll tell us a little bit more.
In the Redwoods, west of the pool. Yes, meet in the Redwoods, west of the pool. Parking is available. Bring your own spoken word blessings and drums to participate if you wish. Afterwards, take a gratitude stroll through the beautiful park or continue a mindful hike into Akalani's Ridge. I go there frequently, I just can't pronounce it. Open space to go, or you can go to the Raptor Recess at Lindsay Wildlife. Visit their website to sign up and check the prices at Lindsay. That is not a free event, but well worth the visit. And the rest of the event is open to everyone, and it's free. Mask and 6-foot physical distances are required.
Laura Mallory and Paula Schiff are excited to offer a workshop called Deepen Your Connection Through Expressive Art. That sounds lovely. These two are teaming up from their two areas of expertise. The workshop combines lessons and tools from the connection practice and person-centered expressive art. Participants will deepen their familiarity with self-empathy, which in turn awakens our connection and ability to have more empathy for others.
This two-part workshop is Saturday, April 24th and May 1st from 10 to 4. Class size is limited and pre-registration is required by April 21st. Please see our website for the prerequisite to participate and to register for this workshop.
We have a lot going on. I have one more thing to share with you. In honor of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan, Unity of Walnut Creek is co-sponsoring an Inspiring Interfaith program. That's next Sunday, this coming April 25th, from 7 to 8. We'll team up with a local mosque, a synagogue, and other interfaith friends to learn about Ramadan. The evening also includes short messages, prayers, breakout sessions on unity and compassion as the theme. There's also an option to bring certain foods to celebrate the breaking of Muslims' day of fasting that day. So you can follow their recipe, you can bring some of their suggested snacks, you might even consider fasting for the day in solidarity. We hope to see you there this Sunday evening to be with our interfaith friends.
So please see our website for a full listing and login information for all of our events. If you are not receiving our weekly e-news, use the connection card link on the Watch Live page. Following our service today, we invite you to log on to Zoom about 12:45 for a virtual patio conversation. Prayer chaplains are available to pray with you during this time.
And you may also wish to discuss Sunday messages and more on Tuesday evenings with our spiritual growth group. They meet at 7 p.m.
Now, as we move into meditation, let's ground with our statement of faith. I invite you to take a deep breath. And another deep, full inhale. Please join me. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God.
Today we have the privilege of welcoming back our friend, Chief Shukin Wanka Sapa. He's also known as Chief Phillip Scott, and he's going to share today our meditation, some music, and part of our message. I'd like to begin our meditation time with this reading before turning it over to the Chief to guide us with music, words, and silence. So this reading is by Reverend Tom Carr, and the title is Remember Who You Are. The whole world is sacred, O Holy One, a creation of beauty and wonder. You breathe and there is life. May we regain a sense of awe, wonder, mystery, to remember who we are, your children, creatures, called to care for life, to pass it on, blessing, not curse, life, not death.
Greetings, relations. I am known as Shunkawa Kansapa, which is Lakota for Black Horse. I'm a ceremonial leader in the Lakota tradition, as well as the Native American Church, and founder and director of Ancestral Voice Institute for Indigenous Lifeways, located in the San Francisco Bay Area. I express gratitude to Reverend Powell for the invitation to share with you today. It is a genuine honor and privilege for me to do so. Before we commence to speak of sacred matters, it is necessary to invoke the ancestors. So I invite you to close your eyes, to place your feet upon the earth, or to sit upon her, as we request permission of the holy ones to join us to create the sacred container for healing and transformation to occur. The indigenous path is the way of the human being, which is the way of the heart. So in addition to the invocation of the ancestors, I'm going to invite us to also turn off our minds so that we can sink into our hearts and to speak from that place. To do so, we will engage in a meditation form that comes from my tradition. I invite you to sit straight in the chair or upon the earth, sitting cross-legged. Your spine is erect. Your hands in this tradition are palms down on your knees. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your head is upright. Your chin is in. The tongue is touching the roof of the mouth behind the two front teeth, and the mouth is slightly open because the jaw is relaxed. In this tradition, rather than closing our eyes, we actually keep them open so we may see things as they are. However, the lids are partially closed, and you're looking down a couple feet in front of you on the earth. We concentrate upon the breath, so we breathe deeply into the belly, ladies into the womb, gentlemen into the solar plexus. And as we do so, we concentrate on the breath, allowing the thoughts to dissolve. If a thought manages to penetrate your awareness, you simply label it as thinking and return to the breath. Also, it's important to try to remain as still as possible because any ripple occurs in the body when we have movement, which then affects the mind. So we will allow the inner dialogue to cease, to quiet the incessant conversation for a few moments. Breathing deeply into the body, allowing the mind to quiet, to achieve inner peace, equanimity, and tranquility. As we emerge from meditation, slowly move your fingers and your toes, rotate your wrists and your ankles, drop your head forward, which allows the muscles of the back between the scapula to stretch and relax. And then stretch above your heads as well. And for the continuity of that sense of inner quiet and peace that we have achieved through quieting our inner dialogue, I'm going to sing a heart-opening song.
Why do people litter? That's a question that my godson Seth asked me when he was about 4 years old. We were hiking in the woods and we started noticing litter, and so we started picking it up side by side. He just shook his head. Kristen, I just don't understand why people would treat the earth this way. There was so much sadness in his little voice. I don't know exactly how I responded in that moment. I know my heart was a lot softer than it had been many years before that. I used to get so angry when I would see people littering. 2 particular incidents come to mind. One was, it was bad enough those times when I was driving around the city of Chicago where I lived, and occasionally I would see somebody just open their car door and toss out big greasy fast food bags complete with, plastic straws and lids. But the day that it happened, when I was on a road trip with a relative, I pretty much lost it. So we were with she and her kids, and we had pulled over at a Wendy's, and everybody ate in the car. And then she took the bags and put them on this grassy knoll at Wendy's. And when she got back in the car, I was just, completely shocked. And I said, "You're not going to leave those there, are you?" And she said, "Well, I don't see any garbage cans anywhere." "Don't worry, they'll get it." I was livid. I stormed out of the car. I went and got the trash. I marched inside Wendy's, threw it away, marched back to the car. I got in and I said, "You are not related to me." And after a little while, she started laughing. And then I started laughing. And it really broke the tension. And she said, "I promise I won't ever do it again." We've laughed about that over the years. And sometimes that's what we need is laughter, right? To break up some of that sort of righteous anger that we get around things. Of course, we are all related. Right? This is one of the key teachings, that we are related to all beings that the Native Americans call all my relations. They refer to all beings, all life, to remind us that we are all one. And so this key aspect, when one of us forgets or one of us tries to divorce ourselves from that ever interconnected relatedness, we're all affected by it, right? When one of us remembers the interconnection, we are all affected by that too. When one of us acts in a way that is in divine alignment with this kind of care and compassion and conscious awareness, we are all positively affected. When one of us acts out of that divine alignment, well, we know we are all affected negatively as well. So with all of this in mind, we begin to think about the ways that we show up. There is one other occasion that I can remember. I'm sure there were many, but one that stands out in my mind of this time when I sort of had this zealousness of idealism, was full of that kind of save the world energy in my 20s. And these particular issues really got to me around the earth. So one day I was on a busy, crowded street commuting. We were walking down the sidewalk, many of us, from the train to our different workplaces. It was fairly early in the morning, and so there was sort of that, just rush of city happening. And there was a man in front of me who was apparently drinking out of a disposable or one single-use coffee cup. And when he finished his coffee, he just tossed it aside. Businessman in a suit. And I was so mad. I picked up that cup and I ran after him. Excuse me, sir, you dropped something. And he kind of looked at me and sneered, and I said, "Oh, don't worry," very demonstratively, and walked over to the trash can. "I'll throw it away from you in one of the many trash bins along the street." So we all know that kind of sarcasm doesn't really get the kind of effectual change that we want to have, right? It's a growth experience, isn't it? And also that, there wasn't kindness or sort of a spiritual approach in that. I was learning, I was growing, I was evolving. Thank God we all do, right? But it takes time, doesn't it, when it's that kind of, as I mentioned, righteous anger, and it does have its own place. But there are ways, too, that we can work with that along with our other spiritual qualities and tools to communicate in a way with one another and to act in a way that we can really work together to make change. In the words of Jesus, what might have come closer is something like, "Father, forgive them, they know not what they do." Or maybe more to the point, "Mother Earth, forgive us, for we know not what we do." Because we're all in this together, right? And, we don't always remember, we don't always hit the mark. We're not always completely on the ball when it comes to taking care of the earth. But I know that we all do our best each day, and we can do better every day. It's what the Native Americans call our original instructions. Our original instructions to care for and to protect the earth. And I think that just because we aren't always right on the mark doesn't mean we can't vow and commit and do better every day. It's my personal affirmation, and it's my affirmation for all of us that every day we live a little more consciously on behalf of Mother Earth than we did the day before. Imagine if we all just did that, just a little better every day than we did the day before on behalf of Mother Earth. A lot of our issues would be solved. So, awareness, as always, in our spiritual journey is the first step, right, to transformation, to shift. And actually, our consciousness is one of the first things that does transform in the process. So the spiritual work is always key to these kinds of social shifts that we want to see in how we treat one another and how we treat all life and how we treat our earth home itself. Once we're aware of the consequences of our actions, well, then it's a little more on us, right, to do the right thing. When we're committed to our spiritual path, I believe that we naturally are more committed to the embodied earthly life in terms of bringing the consciousness with us, expressing that consciousness in the things we say and do. That's how we evolve through these embodied earth forms, right? These human bodies. that by owning that, by allowing the Spirit within us to be our guide, but also using the gift that we have been given, the body, which is one with the earth. So we care for both in the same way. I think if you think about the cooperation, it's always helpful to have an image. And so I found this image, and it really speaks to me of what it might look like to be in that kind of cooperation. You see the weathered hands, the hands that have been digging in the dirt of the elder, and the child supporting that, and together that we heal, and that we move forward, and that we help care for this beautiful place that we call home. Native American author and teacher Robin Wall Kimmerer suggests that we immigrants become indigenous to place. I'm remembering when we first moved from the Midwest to Santa Barbara, and Brenly just sort of one day kind of walking heavy around the house and sort of pacing said, "This is not my flora, this is not my fauna." And at the time I thought it was really funny, but I get it now, that she was having this difficulty of transitioning from where there was an indigenous sense of place where we lived in Missouri to this completely different foreign place of different flora and different fauna and some different animals too. I'd never encountered a rattlesnake till I moved to California, for example. So this idea that Robin Wall Kimmerer offers us is really significant to think about the fact that, yeah, we are all immigrants, other than maybe those who are the Native Americans of this land. And learning to be indigenous, to feel a sense of rootedness and kinship with all, automatically makes us want to take better care. If we develop an intimacy with the plant and the animal life around us, we get to know it, we get to know the land and our neighbors, our human neighbors as well. As we develop that, then we care more about the well-being and the fate of all these living beings. And one of the ways we can do that Robin suggests, is naming things. Now, she's actually a botanist, and she's not talking about scientifically naming things, because that gets us in our head and can actually cause more separation in a way. But instead, the kind of naming that comes from the heart. Like you've spent a lot of time around a tree, and you call it Old Grandfather Tree with Angel Wing. It's that kind of naming that has this sort of heart-based connection. Or, for example, when Grace, our goddaughter, lived with us, and we had this really bold, fast-moving squirrel that was always coming into the yard and running over some of the art pieces that Brenly had created and things, and a bit destructive but super fun little squirrel. And Grace named it T-Rex. And I have to laugh whenever I see this crazy little squirrel come into our yard, even when he's being destructive. Now I have kinship with him because he has a name. And it feels a little bit more of an intimate tie. So maybe try that a little bit this week, naming the things in your environment from the heart, and see how that might shift some of your relationships and some of your consciousness around overall care. So we will evolve, I believe, in the future, our consciousness, if we can take these teachings from the ancestry of our past and put them into place now, in this present moment. As for my own personal evolution and consciousness around litter, I had a key moment when I heard a message from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He said, when you see litter, say, "Oh, good, an opportunity to serve," and then go pick it up. Everything changed for me after that. Litter was no longer a trigger for anger, but an inspiration for sacred service. It's those messages that we can hear at the right time and the right place that can shift everything for us. So that day that my godson and I were walking through the woods and picking up litter, serving in this way, that question that he put out there, why do people litter? Like I say, I don't really remember exactly what I said then. It would have been more conscious, I think, than what it would have been the years before in my 20s. But now what I would like to say to Seth is, Seth, I think they just forgot their original instructions, but you remember yours, and so you care for the earth. And maybe other people will see your caring actions and they'll remember their instructions too. Chief Shukin Wankasapa is going to share with us a little bit about humans being the youngest in the origin of order of our species on Earth. He'll help us remember and to act on our original instructions. Let's watch.
The message I desire to convey to you today is a simple one. Every day is Earth Day. Every day is an opportunity for us to express gratitude to our beloved Mother, the Earth, for the abundance and the sacrifices that she makes for us daily in order for us to survive. She is a living, sentient organism. And in truth, we have forgotten our original instructions as a species, which is namely to protect and preserve her, to be loving, responsible stewards of her, as well as all of our relations, all life upon this planet. Currently, in the Western world, we have forgotten and divorced ourselves from nature. There is this illusion of our supremacy and our domination over her. But if we examine the origin stories of all beings, all humans on this planet, there is a consensus that we are the last to be created, not the first. Therefore, we are not the pinnacle of creation, but rather we are the grandchildren. We have the most to learn because we are the youngest beings on this planet. In indigenous cultures, we have respect for our elders. So the elementals, earth, air, fire, and water, all of these are sentient living beings. In the next iteration of evolution comes the viruses and the bacteria. They too are our elders. And we have been deeply touched recently as a result of this pandemic, of the presence of this elder, this virus, who has been transmitting profound teachings about ourselves. The next iteration of evolution are the plant nations and then the animal relations. Each of them are also our elders, and we look to them for wisdom and counsel, as well as praxis on how to live sustainably upon our mother. Therefore, we are not the zenith and the pinnacle of creation with dominion and control and domination over all life, but rather we have the most to learn. We are currently in a global crisis, and this crisis has been foreseen by the indigenous dreamers and visionaries of the world. Not only this global crisis, but the pandemic was also foreseen. They saw that a time would come when human beings would forget their fundamental nature and connection to the natural world. And as a consequence of that would come her destruction. Right now, there is such considerable debate about whether global warming even exists. And there's this striving now, which is certainly favorable, to begin to achieve carbon neutrality and sustainability. However, there is still resistance to this. And to be quite frank, rather, we don't have 30 to 50 years. We must act immediately. And the challenge to this action is that fundamentally human beings have a resistance to change. we tend to desire to remain the same. And as a consequence of that, our planet is suffering. Beings within our planet are perishing. But make no mistake, it's not about politics and profits. It's about this planet and all people, as I mentioned, all of our relations upon her. For if the planet perishes, then so will the people, and profits and politics will not matter. Now, to be clear, the earth will certainly outlive us. But the question becomes, what is our legacy for future generations? How do we desire to be seen by the relations that we share this planet with? And how will our children regard us if we squander the resources that are available to us now? This is our time that we come together to unite in solidarity, to find creative solutions, to use our intelligence to create a sustainable opportunity for future generations of all of our relations. And for me, this commences within ourselves, that it is necessary for us to cultivate our own intimate relationship with the natural world, to spend time in nature, to take care of our own physical bodies, to ensure that what we are consuming is healthy, and not just the consumption of nourishment, but the consumption of what we are conveying in terms of our minds, how we are expressing ourselves in terms of our health. We must commence at the individual level. As I speak right now, there are individuals, many whom are indigenous, who are literally placing their lives on the line to protect our water, our air, our earth, even the sacred fires, the cultural burns. There are individuals who are sacrificing to ensure the survival of these sacred and holy elementals. How many of you take a moment before you drink water to pray into that water, to express gratitude for the life it bestows? How many of you, before you consume any meal, will take a moment to acknowledge the sacrifice of those beings who are giving up their lives so that we may continue in life? This is where we must commence, in the individual level. How many of you have removed toxins from your home, chemicals that will destroy the natural world? How many of you are taking the time to decrease your consumption of products and goods that are often wrapped in plastic, which find their ways into the oceans? This is the level of awareness that is necessary for us to cultivate, not only individually, but also collectively, to share this with our families, with our communities, and with the world at large. Well, there are those that have a penchant for continuing this colonization and consumption, which will lead to the inevitable destruction of ourselves as a species and many other species along with us. So it is necessary, as I often say, that we must keep the earth in our eye. It is necessary for us as human beings to begin to achieve a level of balance within ourselves. First, individually, looking at the actions that we can take to ensure the Earth's survival, and then to move into the other circles of influence within our families, our communities, the nations, and the entire world. Because as human beings, we are all in this together. And so it may be necessary for you to educate those who have forgotten their relationship to the natural world. For we are all related. In the Lakota, we say, mitakuye oyasin, all of my relations. So even our relations who have forgotten their fundamental relationship to the earth are part of our family. And so it is incumbent upon us who have not forgotten that intimate, abiding relationship, who regard her as our beloved mother in a kinship way, to educate those and help them to remember, so that there will be a future not only for the human species, but for all of our relations, for 7 generations and beyond. This is a message I desire to convey to you today, and to encourage all of you to no longer speak about protecting the earth, but to take concerted action. I thank you all for listening, for your presence, wishing you many blessings for yourselves and your loved ones at this time. Ahecha tualo, aho mitakuye oyasi. As human beings, it is necessary for us to be grateful for everything that transpires in our lives, both the adversities that we endure and encounter, as well as the gifts, the copious gifts that we receive from being alive. There was a holy man known as Baba Credo Mutwa. He was a high Sanusi of the Zulu nation in South Africa. And I had the genuine pleasure of several private audiences with him. And in one of our sharings together, he mentioned that gratitude is the wings of prayer. So as we conclude our time together, I'm going to sing a song of gratitude so that we can allow what we have shared to take flight. I also encourage you, since our motif today is about honoring and respecting our blessed and beloved Mother, the Earth, to place moccasins upon your prayers so that you can walk these prayers in the world and that we can engage in action to make a difference, not only to protect and watch over her and all of our relations, but to ensure the survival of 7 generations of all of our relations and beyond. As I often say, keep the earth in your eye. I wish you many blessings for you and your loved ones at this time, as we continue to walk and live together in solidarity for the protection, preservation, and honoring our beloved Mother Earth and all of our relations upon her for 7 generations and beyond. Ahecha tu alo, aho, mitakwie, oyasin.
I really loved the affirmation there and just wanted to revisit that for a moment. I act on my soul's original instructions to protect and preserve Mother Earth and all life. It's beautiful. So whether you have a joy or concern on your heart today, our prayer chaplains are available to provide prayer support during our virtual patio conversation after the service. You may also contact them by completing a connection card on the Watch Live page or click on prayer requests at the bottom of the home page. And our prayer team will be praying with you throughout the week.
Now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. Our spiritual home thrives on your generosity, and so we give thanks in advance for it. I invite you to prepare your gifts now, and as we do so, we align with the law of circulation. As we give, so we receive. We remember this truth that there is no lack or limitation, that abundance is our true nature.
In addition to giving, sending checks through regular mail or direct deposit through your bank, there are 2 ways to give online. You may click on the Donate button on the Watch Live page or download the Give app. Give is spelled G-Y-V-E.
And even if you're giving electronically, I invite you to just bring your hands together and imagine your gift in your hands as we bless it together. Together? Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
So, I just really want to be outside, and I really want to sing you the song. So we're doing our very low-tech music video for you today. Okay? I know you're fed up, 'cause life won't let up for us. All they talk about is what's been going down and what is messed up for us. But when I look around, I see blue skies, I see butterflies for us. Listen to the sound and lose it in sweet music and dance with me, 'cause there is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, all the beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world. Shake your body, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl. There is beauty in the world. We need more loving, not so much othering. I say, change is gonna come forever, just like the weather. They say, well, baby, in between, notice those blue skies, notice the butterflies, notice me. Stop and smell the flowers and lose it in sweet music and dance with me, 'cause there is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, always beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world. Shake your body, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl. There is beauty in the world. shake your body, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world, all the beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa and Tyler, for that fun song and taking us into your backyard. And also to Chief Phillip for not only gracing us today with those music and message and meditation, those items that he shared with us, but also for the work that he does in the world to help all of us awaken and care for the earth and all life. If you want to learn more about what he offers, because he does offer a lot of ceremonies in the Bay Area, you can visit his website at ancestralvoice.org. So now, as we bless our offerings, we bless both the givers and the gifts, and know that it goes forth and multiplies our good in every way in our lives and those lives that we touch through our ministry. So let's bless the gifts now together as we have received. Together, we give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now.
And as we prepare for our blessing of Mother Earth and all life, we wanted to share our beautiful bearded iris. They're called Indian Chief, and they are courtesy of Pat and Stan Morgan. Look, Pat, they're blooming beautifully and multiplying immensely. So together, Mother Earth and all life, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
Our children's ministry meets every Sunday at 10 a.m. via Zoom, and Maddie and Millie have created an Earth Day message from the children's garden in the back of our property. Let's take a look.
Happy Earth Day, Unity! It's Maddie and Millie, and today we're at the Unity Garden. Yeah, and it has some lettuce, peas, and strawberries, and some herbs, and lavender. And the reason why they have this garden is because the Earth Care team is helping them be more earth friendly. Yeah. Make the environment better, right? And what are some ways that you can help? We do reusable water bottles and grow plants like trees and other plants. And we wanted to sing you a special Earth Day song. Yeah. We must take care of her.
Well, thanks again to Maddie and Millie and the family of those who filmed, Gus and Michelle, I assume, for bringing us that beautiful Earth Day message from the garden. So let's bless our children, our youth, and our teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. Please join me now as we say our prayer of protection, and as we do so, with a special consciousness around our plant and animal friends, all life, humans, the earth, as we protect all. Together? The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And so it is.
Stick around until the end of the service. We have some community member selfies that you won't want to miss, and it's time for more. So please send your selfies or silent waving videos to office@unityofwalnutcreek.org. And now for our peace song.
You are the light and the love and the peace on earth right now.
So let your light shine.
Have fun and spread joy. Happy Earth Day.
Hello, sun and bright blue sky. Got a feeling this day's gonna be fine, so fine. Pretty birdies and butterflies, so beautiful, everything's so alive. I'm gonna bloom where I am planted, like flowers in a garden. Seasons change, people change, and I can too. Let me be brand new. Get in the flow, it's time to grow. Like the first of spring, gonna spread my wings. It's time to fly free, happy alive. It's time to fly free, happy alive. Our life is lit up so colorful. Got rainbows dancing in my eyes, it's so bright. I let the sun kiss me head to toe. I'm fresh, I'm golden, here in the light. I'm gonna bloom where I am planted, like flowers in a garden. Seasons change, people change, and I can too. Let me be brand new. hitting the floor. It's time to grow. Like the first of spring, gonna spread my wings. It's time to fly free, happy, alive. It's time to fly free, happy, and la la la, la la la. I'm breaking through. Let me be brand new. Give